Patrick Brown. Vote for Patrick Brown. Come on, baby. This is my slogan.
I'm not going to forget that that endorsement.
Okay. Can you say come on, baby one time?
Come on, baby.
Yeah, very good. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
All the best.
बस शो ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਟਾਈਡ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਸਮਾਂ ਠੀਕ 11:27 ਤੇ ਪਲੱਸ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਾ। ਬਾਹਰਲਾ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ 16 ਡਿਗਰੀ ਤੇ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਤਾਪਮਾਨ 17 ਡਿਗਰੀ ਹੈਗਾ। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ। ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਬਰੰਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਮੇਅਰ। ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਬਰੰਪਟਨ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਸਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜਾ ਨਾਮ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਹੈ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਲੋਕ ਇਸ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਰੰਪਟਨ ਸਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਸਿਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਦੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਇਹਦਾ ਸਿਟੀ ਹੈ। I discuss so many times with my friends, especially with Patrick Brown also, what I'm going to say and what I said it. First of all, मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ एक ਗੱਲ जानकारी देनी चाहूँगा कि 24 अक्तूबर ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਲਾਸਟ ਡੇ ਸਤੰਬਰ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦਾ ਔਰ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਵੋਟ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਸਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਅਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਰਵ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟਾਰ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ ਨੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੋਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੋਟ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਤਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਉਹ ਕੌਣ ਨੇ? ਸੋ ਇੰਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਿਟਿੰਗ ਬਿਸਾਈਡ ਮੀ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਮੇਅਰ ਪੈਟਰਿਕ ਬਰਾਊਨ। So this is public opinion, public views ਨੇ। So ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। I'm pretty sure Mr. Patrick knows some few words in Punjabi. He will be share with us. ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਰੰਪਟਨ ਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਪੈਟਰਿਕ ਬਰਾਊਨ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ। Honorable Patrick Brown ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। Patrick Brown, welcome to Bassi Show.
Great to be back on the Bassi Show.
First of all, Mr. Patrick, welcome to Bassi Show, which is being broadcasting since last 41 years. We complete already in Toronto.
So much history.
So much histories. I'm really proud. I live that city. There is a very sharp, very active and aggressive mayor of the city, Patrick Brown. I'm proud of to say that you will be the next mayor of Brampton.
Thank you.
I have some few questions which is going to be by my listenership, my viewership. First, I'd like to know that please share with the listeners and viewership your achievement during the last 4 years at City Hall.
Well, we've had an incredible amount of achievement at City Hall. You know, a lot of politicians, they talk, they get distracted by the games. I focus on making a difference for Bramptonians. And I look at the last 4 years, we finally have a new hospital being built. I pressured the province, we declared a healthcare emergency, we lobbied aggressively, and now the tender has been issued on the Infrastructure Ontario website, and they start construction this year, finally, for a new hospital in Brampton, 24/7 emerge, up to 350 beds, going to be a state-of-the-art new hospital. We got a med school coming to the city, the first time in 100 years in the GTA, new med school. We're expanding recreation, new soccer dome, the new Embleton Recreation Centre is being built, Riverstone Community Centre is being opened next week on October 3rd. We're electrifying all our transit, first big city in Canada to have electric buses. We are at the same time supporting our seniors, free transit for seniors. I'm putting a focus on public safety. 180 new police officers we hired. We got approved just recently a new police division for Brampton, a new 23 division. We got CCTV cameras for the highways, gun and gang funding. Used to only go to Ottawa and Toronto. Now we got money for Brampton for gun and gang funding. Those are only a few examples. And I have to tell you, Joginder, I'm excited to roll up my sleeves and continue to work for Brampton to make this city the best it can be. For far too long, we were forgotten. We were ignored. But I've got a different way of doing things. And my way is, if I have to ruffle feathers to get results for Bramptonians, I will be. Let me give you an example. You know, when I first got elected mayor, they cut the GO train services. You know what I did? I called the press conference on the GO train. I had all the mainstream media come. And I did a press conference saying this is not right. People are crammed into the GO trains like sardines. And you know what happened after I had that press conference? They returned the service and enhanced it. Now we have two-way, all-way GO coming. You know, when we weren't getting the hospital, I had that petition in front of all the media saying that we had a healthcare emergency that was worse than a tornado or a train derailment and I needed help now. We pushed them into action. And I will continue to use my tenacity and determination to get results for Brampton, because Brampton is incredible. It's a mosaic of the world. Every language, every culture, every background. There's a resiliency to Brampton that I'm so proud of. Let me give you an example. During the pandemic, we were one of the hardest hit. And some people were pointing fingers at Brampton. And I stood up and said, in the city of Brampton, we have more essential workers than any other city in Canada. Food processing, logistics. If it wasn't for Bramptonians, Canada's supply chain will be in tatters. And I can tell you, Joginder, just like I stood up for Brampton during the pandemic, I will continue to fight for and stand up for Brampton in the years ahead.
Very good. It is quite surprise. Social media, English media, Punjabi media, you should be proud of yourself. They're calling you star candidate. What's the reason?
What I'm told is they say...
What's the reason behind?
No,
people calling you not a candidate of the mayor, they said the star candidate of mayor.
They say star candidate because he's friends with JOGINDERBASSI.
Not me only, I'm talking about the rest media. You should be proud of your success.
I think we've had a lot of success in the last 4 years, but I don't take anything for granted, and I'm continuing to go there and work every hour of the day.
You have been the mayor of for the past 4 years. Prior to this, you were elected to Barrie City Council in 2008. Age of 22 is a big achievement. From 2014 to 2018, so many controversial surfaces were died. Now you tell me, what are the things and plans that you could not do or fulfill during your current tenure that you wanted to do as a mayor? Explain us and the futures. You're going to become a mayor, no doubt. So what is your priority?
So I got a few issues that are I'm really eager to continue to work on. The new police division that I got approved, I want to see that built. I want to see the medical school open in 2025. I want to continue my work on recreation. I'll give you an example. This council wasn't always easy. Some areas that I pushed to get more funding, like cricket or field hockey, was always a battle. I want to do more on cricket. I want to do more on field hockey. My philosophy is that the best way to alleviate pressure on the hospital is to have a healthy, active community. You give your community great recreation and great ways to be out and active, then it's great for community wellness. I also want to continue to work with Chief Nish. I have to say this, Joginder, some of these folks who criticize me, they say defund the police. They're out to lunch. They're out to lunch. Right now we do not even have enough officers to respond to all the 911 calls. So I want to be mayor of Brampton to stick up for our city, to stick up for the Peel Police and say, when Chief Nish says he needs 250 officers, I want to make sure he has 250 additional officers to respond to the 911 calls. I hear some of these other mayor candidates saying they only want to replace existing officers. If you only replace existing officers, it means our ability to respond will go down. And I know it's easy to pick on the police, it's easy to criticize them, but Joginder, I'm going to have their back. I want to make sure that they have the capacity to respond. I don't like the fact right now the chief has to pick and choose which calls to respond to. I want him to be able to respond to all 911 calls. And so for these people that want to cut corners on emergency services and cut the police budget, and these councillors who criticize the police budget saying it's too much, they have no idea. Brampton's not a small town anymore. We're a big city, and we have to deal with gun and gang crime like other big cities. And if you do not give the police the resources to do their job, they'll be unable to keep us safe.
We just already spoken to you earlier. Hospital beds shortage is a burning issue. You already shared with us. What kind of the role city can play to resolve this issue to keep Bramptonians healthy, aging population also facing accessible nearby the parks where they live, address these two issues?
So 2 issues there. One on the hospital. It's coming. The construction started this year. It's a 5-year construction project. It's $1 billion, but we got the funding. The tender's been issued, $1 billion. A lot of mayors talked about getting a new hospital. I've got a new hospital coming to the city, and I'm so excited to be there for the opening. In terms of seniors, I'm going to tell you something you may not know, Joginder. You thought you knew everything about me. My grandmother, guess how old she is? 108. My grandmother's 108, and she's in a long-term care facility. You know what she
So
always...
you're lucky.
I got good genes.
Very good.
And my grandmother always tells me, take care of the seniors.
She guides you day by day.
She does, and you know, I used to visit her once a week, and she'd always say, take care of the seniors. So when you talk about seniors and parks and their wellness, I think of my own grandmother. I'm going to make sure seniors in Brampton have the best amenities anywhere. It's why I created a fund, a $1 million per ward park enhancement fund. We've been adding gazebos, we've been adding new benches across the city to have these places that seniors can come together. It's why I brought in the free transit for seniors. It's why I'm working on free recreation for seniors. It's seniors that built our city. And if you forget who you are, where you come from, well, that's not good for a society. And so I'm going to always remind everyone that we have a tremendous debt to our seniors, and we need to support them.
But what is more important for our city right now? Building new homes, commercial space, transportation, or so many things. What do you have in your mind?
So I don't necessarily see a priority on building new homes. I see a priority on economic development, creating employment. I see a priority on making sure we have the amenities for our existing residents. I have a real focus on making sure we can maintain the quality of life. So it can't just be new subdivision after new subdivision. You have to maintain the quality of life that we have in Brampton.
It's two more issues which we have to discuss right now. The voters want to know. Residents of Brampton facing traffic problems, lot of traffic problems, every day, day and night, weekday or weekend, no doubt about it. Roads is closed with traffic, and plus this crime day by day is going up. How you can control it?
So I think we've touched upon crime, but what I would say on traffic, we're bringing rapid bus transit to Queen Street. We've added 84 new transit buses. I'm hoping to expand the LRT into the downtown. And of course, we're going to get the 413, the new highway, that will help with the gridlock. And as you know, Joginder, some of my opponents are criticizing the 413 and trying to block it. And some of these councillors in Mississauga trying to block the 413. Do you think I'd ever try to block the QEW in Mississauga?
No.
Yet we got these people trying to block a highway in Brampton to help us with traffic and help us with gridlock. So I'm going to continue to push to make sure we can deal with gridlock. I think traffic is an ongoing challenge to our quality of life, and so these investments we're making are critical. And for those trying to block the construction of the new highway, they're wrong. They're wrong. We need that new transportation corridor.
Recently, we have noticed a hike in crime. Just we already talked to you at one time. I never used to put even a lock on my door. Now I have to be so careful. So many streets, lights are happening, fights are happening. What is your opinion in the futures? How it can be stopped? These days, is people come and steal your cars. People are afraid, go to shopping center. So many day by day happening, new faces arriving here, and so much is having issues which is, I know, is not controlled by you. This is by the federal government, but you're still working on that. We're proud of you.
So,
we worry about it.
Yeah.
For the newcomers.
So when it comes to public safety, there's no magic solution. There are many tools we need in the toolkit. And you're right, a component
Some issue belongs to federal government.
Yeah, exactly. And
right. And people are blaming mayor.
Well,
so some people don't know that. This is a federal and provincial and mayor.
We all got to work together.
Yeah.
So bail reform is federal, criminal code is federal, and I'm doing advocacy on that. What I will do is I'm going to make sure we get 250 new additional officers for Chief Nish. We're going to triple the auto thefts unit. I'm going to get additional staffing at the 911 facility, and I'm going to continue to make sure we expand our investments in mental health response. I'm going to make sure Chief Nish has all the tools he needs to respond, and I'm going to continue to fight back and push back against those who want to defund the police and curtail our ability to respond.
Okay, one more question is very important. We know that there have been many challenges in the previous council. Do you feel in the new council you will be able to do better things?
Well,
how you can handle with those kind of people?
Well, last time
I'm very quite surprised.
Yeah,
well, and everybody know that.
Well,
that is true. In fact, you're active, aggressive, and your future mayor of Brampton, I can tell them true to the public. This is public view. I have surveyed last week. I talked to some peoples in temples, gurdwaras, and some other places. I went to park and asking people what do you want in the features of the city? What are you thinking about the city? They said, oh, is no problem about the mayor. So people talking about something else. I something else, councillor, regional councillors. There's no any question. So people are ready to give you the vote. So you should be proud of yourself.
No, thank you.
Okay. So the question is there, how you can manage in the city mess?
So we've had a dysfunctional council in some ways. When I got elected mayor, I only had a minority support.
You have a very good chance now to bring, you should have
New faces.
strong
New
new
faces.
faces.
Well,
you
yeah,
should have a good strong team.
And
Do you believe that?
I need to have a majority.
But
of
you have to
council.
tell to the listeners, leadership,
Yeah.
make sure bring those people,
Well, and
councillor, regional councillors.
Yeah, I'd say I want to have a mandate to implement my agenda for public safety, for healthcare, for jobs, for recreation. And what I would say is there were times in the last few years where some of these councillors, in many cases, they're not running again. I couldn't even get them to show up to work. I couldn't get them to come to council. I had to pass, I had to move a motion, Joginder, to say if you don't show up, you lose your paycheck. And when I moved that motion, I said if you miss 5 meetings, then you lose your paycheck. And then surprise, surprise, they all came back. But it shouldn't be me having to threaten their salary to get them to go to work. I want people elected as councillors to be ready, to be eager, to be enthusiastic about serving the city of Brampton. It's a great honor.
I think people want from you, you should little more hard than before.
I'm too nice?
More than nice.
Okay.
True and fact. Maybe
You know,
take a different way.
so-
if you are too soft,
You know,
these things can be happen.
So you know, Joginder,
Because you are the boss of the city.
my political mentor was the late Bill Davis, a really good man. And
You took any mistake you thinking right now?
Bill's approach was to try to work with everyone. But there were some councillors it was impossible to work with. So I do hope that with the new council elected that I'm not in the same position, that we can have people who are ready to work for the best interest of Brampton.
What do you think to the voters, to supporters? You must have a strong team to do the job, to run the job, to finish the job, stop the crime. It depends with you have a very strong team. If you don't have a strong team,
No.
it will be mess again.
We need a big mandate. So I'm asking the voters of Brampton to make sure that
Elect
we have
good people.
a big mandate with good people so that we can really move Brampton forward.
What you in your mind in the previous 4 years? You can say to the public, you are ready to say that, you admit that any mistake by you or by your team, which is supposed to be done. Because of the all mess, you can't do it, because your leadership is too soft.
Yeah, some of these people that I tried to work with, I probably gave them
Now you have a very already experienced.
too much rope.
Yeah.
Too much rope. I think some of these people, I tried, and I should have accepted the fact that it was impossible. I always try to build bridges, and I think the reality is some of these people that was impossible to do so.
So what is the message to the community?
Vote. Democracy is precious, and I want you to get out and participate. And if you want to get involved, please do. There are countries in the world where there is no democracy. Don't take it for granted. And election day this year, the province has put on Diwali, and so vote in the advance polls. Advance polls start October 7th. Please get out and vote early.
Everyone in Brampton feels that once again you are going to be mayor of this flower city. But where's the flower people talking about? They said, asked to Patrick when he came to studio, who took the flower? I think your team took it, not you.
No,
we have to stop that. The true and effect team, and since some councillors, some region councillors, they don't, I think, pay attention to keep flower there.
Yeah, and you know what? We need to make this a shining city of an example. And I know there were some councillors that made mistakes.
You have to control the crime, or you have to control these kind of mess inside.
Yeah.
So you divide yourself.
There was that councillor that did a $1 million motion for a barn, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I oppose that. If you give me a mandate, I can shut stuff like that down.
So you should be a little more hard.
I need a mandate to do that. I need a big team.
So you need a good team then.
A good team.
Yeah. So for a good team, you have to tell to listener and leadership, make sure you get both to city council, region councillor or trust.
Joginder, you could have helped me out. You could have ran.
Oh, that's not my job.
No.
Only
you like this better?
I've done this job.
You like this better?
You have a lot of experience. Oh, this my job is more than 41 years.
You started when you were 5.
Oh, you can say so.
You know, I have to say
I'm
this.
proud of a Bramptonian.
You know,
I'm proud of a good city, Brampton, and I'm proud of I have a good mayor, no doubt. So people say that as the people's view, you are next mayor, you should ready for your next victory.
Well, thank you, and I know that.
And you have a very good team who work with you day and night.
Well,
You should be proud of.
we're not going to take anything for
I
granted.
think Punjabi people is very strong and they committed people. Especially you have young youth from Punjabi community. They work with you.
Tika.
So you learn some few words, right?
You know what? One of my great friends watches the show. I'm going to give him a shout out. Laj Prashir. He loves you.
Yes, he's my uncle.
Yeah.
You call uncle too.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the future, so you're doing some signs in Punjabi in some streets in the future?
We're going to put signs everywhere in the city.
Everywhere in the city?
Everywhere in the city.
Because we have, I think, how many voters, any idea, South Asians in Brampton?
It's a large number, yeah. I don't have the exact number, but it's a large number.
Okay.
Brampton is a mosaic of the world. You know, we have large South Asian community, large Nigerian, African community, Caribbean community. You know, it's every community.
If you compare last election and this election campaign, what's the difference you're feeling right now? When you go door to door, when you go to different places?
Well, the biggest difference is we have a record to be proud of now. And so when I go to doors, people will say, you know.
Your body language, your face impression is saying to me, your victory is there.
Well, I'm proud of
right?
Yeah, I'm proud of our record. I think if you have a record to be proud
So
of.
do not stress at all. It means it is symptom of the victory.
It's also
It's true and fact.
if you have coffee in the morning, that helps too.
I know you just take coffee day and night and evening time too.
Segovia Coffee.
I think you are the first mayor who taking coffee day and night.
You know my favorite
I
coffee.
can tell true.
I'm
because I
going to make a recommendation here. My favorite coffee shop in the downtown. Try them out. Segovia Coffee. Really good, nice and strong. They make a special mayor's coffee. You should try it.
Oh, I will. So I hope in the futures our Brampton voters, they should understand what's the reason last year so many he have in mind to do it because he can't make it because of the team. Again I ask a question. People talking about people worry about the team. So how they can select a team? How is can be elected the team? So now people have a time. People have a change the team.
And that's my advice. Ask people at the door when they can't.
You must say to people also. Forget about yourself. You start tell people already make mind to give you the vote. Just tell people, make sure choose the good people, councillor and regional councillors.
100%. Choose councillors and regional councillors who tell you at their door that they will support my agenda to make sure Brampton moves
They
forward.
should follow to the mayor.
Yeah. Because I've got an
Only
ambitious,
one way we can stop the
agenda.
mess, stop the crime.
100%.
Only one way can stop the crime if you listen to the mayor. So mayor saying not to talking about himself, he talking about the councillor and city councillor and regional councillor also. I can say that. Mr. Mayor, so I want to know some few words, you know them, to say at the end of my commentary. And next visit, I think next week we will do interview once again. So we have some more questions people asking. I think your victory is there. And if somebody asks to me, I can say that, yes, I already make my mind.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got my point.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You would say at the end?
No,
my
but,
manager is Mr. Gripesh Sidhu, and you have a couple friends in the studio.
Well, thank you to all the Bassi Show listeners.
Yeah, Gripesh and Nick and the Dave's son. Where he's the guy? So you have all young blood here.
You know,
so here's the other fellow.
I want to give a shout out to Govinder, who works for your office.
Yeah.
He's getting married.
Oh, yeah, Gripesh, yes,
Yeah.
he's married. So you're going to India, right?
I'm going to go to his wedding.
Oh, very good. So promise, right? One more promise you have
One more
already
promise.
given.
I can't miss his wedding.
First interview going to be conduct on 25th, 10 a.m. in the morning.
You heard it here.
You are the next star candidate. That's why I'm asking you. Kept asking you are the next star candidate of mayor.
Make sure you make room for me on the 25th.
You have a whole house. for you.
Don't book the whole show.
Oh no,
Okay.
never, ever.
Okay.
So I'm proud of you, or good luck for you, and especially your grandmother, and have a good health, and your family gives you support. I think this is a good opportunity. I think you're a lucky person, a person who have a support from the grandparents and whole family, And how's your kids going on? They go door to door.
You know what?
They're in the campaign too?
My kids are too young to door knock. They're 1.5 and 3.5.
Is it?
And that's the one hard part, honestly, about the campaign, is that you don't get to spend as much time with your kids as you'd like to. So I'm looking forward to having some mornings that are not as busy, that I can, have more time with the kids.
One more thing, I like that you're a Canadian, but you like India, because your visit showing me that you love India.
You know how many times I've been to India?
Yeah.
20 times.
Oh my God. So next visit 21 next year, early next year.
From Kerala to Ladakh up in the north, I've been to every corner of India. I'll tell you something you may not know. Last time I went to India, it was before the mayor's election campaign. And I went with my friend Laj, and I got my blessings in Varanasi in UP and in Amritsar in Punjab. And so
you went already Golden Temple.
I got my blessings in both Varanasi.
I telecast that portion that I went to India last time. I hope I'm sorry, I'm going to say my own language. In Patrick Brown और इस साडे सुनने वाले सरदर्शक दस्सिए कि 24 अक्तूबर ਨੂੰ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਣਾ, ਮਠਿਆਈਆਂ ਡੱਬੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੁੱਲ ਚੀਨੇ ਪਟਾਕੇ ਅਤੇ ਫਾਇਰ ਵਰਕਸ ਵੀ ਚਲਾਉਣੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਫਾਇਰ ਵਰਕਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਠੋਸੋ ਕਰਿਆ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਫਾਇਰ ਵਰਕਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੀ ਆਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਚਲਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਮਨਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਯੂ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਪ੍ਰੀਪੇਅਰ ਫॉर ਯੂਰ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਵਿਕਟਰੀ। ਪੈਟਰਿਕ ਬਰਾਊਨ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਵਿਕਟਰੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਮੌਕਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਚੰਗਾ ਮੇਅਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ। ਸੋ ਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ। 4 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਓਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਲ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੈ, ਐਕਟਿਵ ਹੈ, ਐਗਰੈਸਿਵ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਏਜ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਆਲਸੋ ਕਾਊਂਟ ਦ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਹੀ ਹੈਵ ਦ ਕਮਾਂਡ, ਸੋ ਯੂ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ। ਸੋ ਪੈਟਰਿਕ ਬਰਾਊਨ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸਾਲ MP ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਸਰਵ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ, ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ਼ਲ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਮਿਊਨਿਸਪਲ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਬੜਾ ਈਜ਼ੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਈਜ਼ੀਲੀ ਹੀ ਕੈਨ ਹੈਂਡਲ, ਹੀ ਹੈਵ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਇੰਨਾ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਗੱਲ ਹਰ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਡਸਨਟ ਮੈਟਰ ਹਿੰਦੂ, ਮੁਸਲਿਮ, ਸਿੱਖ, ਈਸਾਈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਧਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮਸਜਿਦਾਂ, ਮੰਦਿਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਦਿਨ ਤਿਉਹਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਦੁਸਹਿਰੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਸਹਿਰੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਚੀਫ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਵੀ, ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਸਿਟੀ ਵੱਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਪਾਰਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਮੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਾਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਮੇਅਰ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਓਨਲੀ ਵਨ ਮੇਅਰ ਹੀ ਥਿੰਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਲਾਈਕ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਮੱਲੀ, ਯੂ ਗਿਵ ਦ ਨੇਮ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਆਫ ਯੂ, ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਹੈਪੀ। So I hope it will continue.
He's a great man.
Yeah, he is great man, no doubt. Great man because you are a great. Your thinking is a great. That's the reason we have named Mr. Malli's Park. I hope in the future you will recognize those kind of people, respected people. So one day your name also in one park or one street.
One day.
One day.
I'm too young though too.
Oh, you're too young. We need you another 100 years more.
Okay.
You won't be old. This is casual interview or ਅਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੀਏ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਵਿੱਚ could you give me some idea advance polling?
Advanced polling starts October 7th, so please make sure you come out and vote. It's October 7th weekend and then October 14th weekend, and then of course the fireworks on Diwali, October 24th for the main election.
So make sure you should buy fireworks and keep for that day, for the Bhakti Day. So Bhakti Day, I think he's going to book a hall. You booked it already, or are you going to book?
Not yet. We still need to book a hall.
Okay, you should do.
Can we use your house for the party?
Anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Be all the time. Even last time I went there. So I'm really proud of you and the community proud of you, not only myself. So people want is good mayor. There is no doubt you did so much. Some work didn't done it because of your team. Some of them I can't mention the name. People know already. Without telling name, people understand we're talking about who. So you should be proud of your future team.
Okay.
You should look after your future team. Good luck for you. And myself and Gurpreet Sidhu, ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ, ਸਾਡੇ ਨੈਕ ਗੁਹਨੀਆ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਡੇਵ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਟੀਮ ਦਾ। ਜੋ ਵਾਂਟ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੋਸਟ ਬੌਸ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਆਫ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਨੇ, ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਸਵੀਟ ਮਹਿਲ ਇੱਕ ਐਸਾ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਹੈ, there is one sweet shop, the name is Sweet Mahal. I think you love that sweet. You all the time that I think visit so many time.
Don't tell my wife. I eat too many sweets.
I think he's going to invite you one day.
Okay.
And you did already visit Avatar Furniture, Friends Furniture.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have a Indian taste already. You know the people, Indian people taste and people they want from you. And I think you deserve our salute and deserve our votes. Good luck for your futures.
Okay. Thank you.
Gurpreet, you want to say at the end? Say something.
Yeah. Okay, so we will say best of luck and ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਕਾਲਸ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਕਮਨ ਬੇਬੀ
okay
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਚੀਅਰ ਅਪ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ।
Oh, I see. Okay. Patrick, come on, Patrick, baby. So they want to say that, say, come on, baby. So my slogan. So come on, baby, let's go. Keep remember 24th October. Give your vote, Patrick Brown. Your vote, Patrick Brown. It means you want a good city of Brampton. You need flower city in Brampton. So keep remember only one name, Patrick Brown.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Vote for Patrick Brown.
Vote Patrick Brown. Vote for Patrick Brown. Come on, baby. This is my slogan.
I'm not going to forget that that endorsement.
Okay. Can you say come on, baby one time?
Come on, baby.
Yeah, very good. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
All the best.
Okay.